study that was done, how to become a local celebrity. The formula that was founded was that you go to one spot that's primarily has a good amount of traffic as far as like, whether it's a bar, coffee shop, whatever, and you show up consistently every single
Okay,
day.
I
with
see
the
what
same
this is
set to
about.
same
This is how
people, and you will
familiarity
slowly but
can
surely
build
become a
success.
local.
In today's video, we're watching The Art of Familiarity. It's another video by Alex de Virgo.
Consistently and have conversations with people, you will be well known. There's a study that was done, how to become a local celebrity. The formula that was founded was that you go to one spot that's primarily has a good amount of traffic as far as like, whether it's a bar, coffee shop, whatever, and you show up consistently every single
Okay,
day.
I
with the
see what
same
this is
set to
about.
same
This is
people,
how
and you will
familiarity
slowly but
can
surely
build
become a
success.
local celebrity. So then now everybody knows, recognizes your
Yeah,
face
like
because
the
you're
more
showing
people
up consistently.
recognize you.
They're familiar with you, you're engaging with them, and social media is the same exact thing. Social media
true.
is a high traffic place. A lot of people are there. If you show up consistently and have conversations with people, you will be well known, but a team will help you be consistent. People will definitely know you more.
Familiarity, something that is often taken for granted amongst artists. See, when we as artists choose this lifestyle instead of the traditional pathways, we often associate it with having to be overtly different. We think we have to dress extremely unique to get some sort of recognition and stand above the crowd. When the fact of the matter is, we all are naturally unique when we just walk into our natures. No two blades of grass are the same, but all blades of grass are green. All blades of grass produce oxygen. Familiarity creates a sense of comfort, and that is something you want people to associate you with when they.
I get this nigga credit for he know how to turn these strangest of titles into a gem drop.
I give
Think
him
about
that.
you. Anytime somebody's
For
looking
sure.
to buy a
I had
product
no
like
clue
food,
what
or
this
even
show
with their
be
time,
about.
like a show or listening to a song, the first thing
But
they
he
think
snapped,
about
though.
is familiarity. Family Guy is not the best show by any means, but it's one of the most well-known. It's familiar. McDonald's is not the best restaurant in any regard, but when you see that M, you think of a Big Mac and fries. Familiarity breeds comfort, comfort breeds buyers. As much as we like to view ourselves as these unique creatures that want all these different things from life, the truth is we all like to feel safe in our day-to-day routines and habits, even down to the way in which we consume music. We are so invested into the familiarity of people and routines that a lot of people, myself included, constantly rewatch the same shows, re-listen to the same songs, despite them being months, if not years old, because we are comfortable with them and we have a sense of familiarity with them. Pretty much what I'm trying to say is you know what you're gonna get. I mean, the most memorable figures are extremely familiar. One that comes to mind to me is Metro Boomin. Metro Boomin, for all of y'all who don't know, is a 31-year-old Virgo producer from Atlanta, Georgia. He's produced some of the most
always
iconic
finding the
albums and songs
Virgos
for our generation. Some of the more noteworthy ones are the Spider-Man soundtrack, Kanye's Father Stretch My Hands Part 1, the Migos breakout song Bad and Bougie, Kodak Black's breakout hit Tunnel Vision, Future's Jumpman, Mask Off, Like That, and pretty much 75% of Future's discography to this day. One thing though that Metro has done amazing in his career is continue to be familiar. He makes it very easy for himself to be recognized when he works on a song. The first thing you hear in a song that Metro produced is his name.
Facts. Metro Boomin wants some more. He got so many of them.
What? Just it, I'm gonna shoot.
Metro on that beat.
Metro. Something as simple as that little producer tag goes such a long way. It allows so many business opportunities to come to him, but it also made him arguably the best rap producer to ever live. He's so well known in all four corners of the world that he literally holds concerts of
Hey, you know
him.
what? This also shows me, in order to get successful in life, and I'm just taking this away as my takeaway from his videos, you got to study the people that walk in your pathway. I know I'm a Virgo, so I need to look at other Virgos and how they're getting their shit off and how they're getting their shit done, because we know we're low-key niggas who spot the real. You know what I'm saying? And we're not really... Man, Virgos know what I'm talking about, bro. But you know what I'm saying? It's like we don't mesh into the popularity contest. So we have to find other ways to stand out. And I'm just saying to anybody else, whether you're a Sag, whether you're a goddamn whatever life path you're born into, bro, because I think numbers do control our reality. Study the niggas born into your same pathways, bro. because a lot of times their personalities are similar to yours, so you can find a way that you can make your personality pop in your own way. That's all I gotta
playing
say.
songs that he produced, and despite the artist that's on those hits not being there, people still pack out the stadiums. Most producers couldn't do something like that, but that's because people are not familiar with them. He's made it where, due to his producer tag, his name is always associated with greatness. Because Metro is so consistent with the amazing work he has put out over the years, and that's a credit to his skill and consistency, that every time you hear, you already know before even hearing the beat drop that this song is about to be fire. Most producers are seen as background characters, behind the scenes, below the artist, you could even say, in a sense. Versus Metro, whose name you hear at the beginning of almost every fire song that comes out of Atlanta, he is seen as an artist on the track himself, and not just the background gear in the machine. Oftentimes, most artists in any niche are normally always skilled enough. You do something long enough and you'll naturally be good enough. But that's not really what it takes, is just being extremely skilled. More times than not, a good chunk of the artists in these industries are often mediocre, especially in this day and age. But the reason they are able to get away with this is due to them mastering the art of familiarity. A person that comes to my mind is Ice Spice. Ice Spice, named Isis Gaston, born in the Bronx in New York, rose to fame after going viral for a song titled Munch. Bronx in New York.
Gaston. That's her last name. Now it makes sense why she got all them poop bars, bro. It's literally in her name.
This man funny.
Rose to fame after going.
He ate it for lunch.
Look, everything is about eating ass.
This man funny.
And it was a very, very, very basic song. No wordplay, no crazy production, very basic. But something that her fans were easily able to associate her with just from this one song was her lazy NY accent, her being thick, twerking, and having very basic bars. Soon after this song went viral, because people were unironically listening to it and making so much TikToks about it that people forgot why they even started listening to her in the beginning and eventually actually became fans, she would go on to continue to rise. Like, as a pure fan of music, Ice Spice is trash, but I think she purposely does that. And that's because that's what people associate her with.
I appreciate you saying that.
I'm sure Ice Spice has way more depth than she portrays to the media and her songs, but we as people are so familiar with her being shallow and seeing her in this ironic, basic way that the artists just lean into it. As I said, familiarity breeds comfort. Comfort breeds buyers. So if they were to try and change this whole image that we are comfortable with, most of them would fall off. This was literally proven modern time with Ice Spice. She went against what her image was built off. Very shallow things. So as soon as she changes that, like losing a lot of weight after our first impression of her as being a thick rapper, her fans are not comfortable with this new product, and her music is not that unique, so it's easy to find somebody who raps like her, if not better, like a Doechii. So she is starting to be on the decline just as fast as she was on the come up. It's no different if you were to start changing, growing as a person. You start dressing different, you start talking different, walking different, start kicking a bunch of habits you used to do, and you would notice how quick the people around you aren't comfortable with this because they are so used to you being a certain way that they would start to cut you off. They'd start to talk bad about you. So by changing and making people feel uncomfortable, you disrupt that feeling and value that you add to that person's life. Once that familiarity leaves, people are very quick to discard you. But see, just as making people uncomfortable when changing after being so familiar can work so bad against you, on the flip side of that, you can use that same investment and familiarity that people have towards you to fuel the transition into whatever else new endeavor you want to do. A person that did this exceptionally well modern day was Sabrina Carpenter. She started out as mainly just known as a Disney child actor, but like most Disney actors that get signed to the label, she was known as a Disney actor first, everything else second, because they couldn't let go of the first impression that they were comfortable with of her being a child actor. Her sexual wordplay, the seductive aura, was in complete contrast to the childlike innocent star they once knew. And most child actors seldom are able to escape this, but she instead used the same familiar.
Whoa, sorry to interrupt your video, man, but are you looking to buy a new shirt? Check out our VGT, man. They're super comfy, they're oversized, and probably totally your vibe.
Want to grab one of these? Just hit the link in our channel description or scroll down to the video description. It's that easy.
Man, you already know, you want to support your boys, man, this is the best way to do it. Flip it on them, T-Raw. Vlog gang, man. Without further ado, though, we're going to let you get back to your video.
this. But she instead used this same familiarity and credibility to get those same people to listen to her music. Since people already knew her from Disney, even though a lot of their opinions were holding her back, they still knew her. They still were watching her, listening to her music, even if it was just to critique and voice shame. Being hated is better than people not feeling anything for you at all. So it was through this boost of people already being familiar with her that she successfully used that credibility
we talk about that all the time
to eventually get a smash hit song like Espresso. And unlike Ice Spice, since she started off with an already pre-existent audience, when she did blow up so fast and large spread because of that audience, it didn't really matter how her original audience felt about her anymore, because they made her so big that those opinions are drowned out by the masses that now love her and know her as Sabrina Carpenter the singer and don't even have a clue about her being an actor. She took an already established foundation of familiarity and used it to platform her career to a wider audience.
Yeah, with all that wild shit she be doing too.
Comfort breeds buyers. In the words of Mark Phillips, you gotta play the game to change the game. So get people familiar with you, get people comfortable with you, then show the world what you truly are. And hopefully it's good. And that's the art of familiarity. Check out my Instagram, check out my Twitter, check out my Twitch.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, this boy just, hey, bro, Alex dropped hella gems, bro. He just basically said, man, if you're really trying to change the game, if you're really trying to change this content shit, you gotta hop on what everybody else is doing. Do it the exact same way. And then as soon as they feel familiar with your content, with who you are, then you switch it up, show them who you is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because familiarity breeds followers. Anyways, T-Raw.
Shout out to Alex the Virgo, bro. You real wise for your age, bro. So I would say familiarity, however you want to say it. This ties in with consistency, bro. Once you keep saying something enough, either you become comfortable with seeing it, or you're gonna become curious of what it is because you keep saying it. Like when me and this nigga was going on the strip all the time, bro, we went out there one time and this dude actually knew us and we didn't have a clue who he was.
Yeah, he was like, welcome back to another podcast.
Yeah, and I feel like either that came because he kept seeing the content or he kept seeing us on the strip. But either way, staying consistent was the way how he became familiar with it.
For sure. All right. You made it to the end of another video, man. You already know, man. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. We can't do none of this without y'all. And you already know, man. Binge the rest of the videos. And until next time, we'll see you in the next one. Yo, what's up, man? Want to keep up with all our live streams and cool content, bro? In fact, you want to know the best way to know when we go live? Hit our Discord, bro. It's super simple. The link is in our bio and it's in the description.
It's the best way for us to stay connected, join the fun, and never miss out when we go live. Plus our community,
total vibes. So yeah, bro, click the link and come hang with us. And let's keep the fun times rolling. We're gonna see you in there.